All right. Hey, everyone. See, I forgot the intro screen, so we're going to put the intro. See, let's put the... so there we go for Lord Shadow. But hey, everyone. As always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and welcome to episode number 181. Tuesday Night Gold Panning Fever. We're going to be going through some Lord Shadow Unsearched Gravels. So, yeah, rough day. How's everyone doing? And apologize for being an hour late. And I still almost missed the show. I still almost missed it. I had my kids over today, and I never have them on Tuesday, so it just totally messed up my entire schedule. Let me catch up on chat. Weezen, Donna, Ortiz, thank you all for being here. HD Chevrolet, thank you for being here on time and me being late. Shane Berthera, how's it going? John Gear, Stephen LeBlanc, SRIP63, what's up, brother? Mark Sheldon, how are we doing? Joey Brown, how's it going? Mentally Corrupted, yeah, I'm late. I just, because my kids go home at 7 when I have them. So I just, I was like, oh, I can't start at 6 or I'll have to leave the show halfway through it. So, David, how's it going, David? Humble Stacker, how's it going? Brad Thompson, Tomcat Josh, how's it going? PA Patriot Prospecting. I know. Weezen, I still haven't sent you that Paydirt. I'm just probably this weekend I'll send it out. I was kind of like, well, I'll just send it out next Tuesday because I'm doing my Patreon Paydirt. And of course, today is not Patreon week. It's next week. So, what are you going to do? Who else is here? Culver, what's up? 2024 Paydirt champion, out of stock. Out of stock. That should be your new name. Out of stock prospecting. You need to hit up Flower Gold Wizards Jason and start getting some gold from him. Brad Thompson, how's it going? Michael Reed, how's it going? And Kristen Reed, thank you both for being here. MCD Prospecting, appreciate it. Dorothy Richardson, and who else? I know there was Band B Prospecting. I did subscribe to your channel, so I appreciate that. Stephen LeBlanc, thank you for coming back. 8-3 Sky Warrior, how's it going? All right, I think I got everybody. I apologize if I missed anyone. James Stoddy, Jay Bird, Jason G, thank you for joining the show. All right, I think I got everyone. I can pop out chat now. All right. Yeah, so tonight's going to be a short show. Well, it's going to just be a short show because I still got to end the show at like 8:30 because I have groceries to pick up for 8:45. I mean, just... day's all messed up, but what are you gonna do? So, but yeah, we're gonna be panning out some gravels from Lord Shadow. I don't know if he made it back. I think he probably left. Richard Dow, how's it going? All right, got everything set up. Oh, that's awesome. Brad, email me a link to your website and stuff like that so I can bookmark it. Because that's how I find everything is I have massive bookmarks all over my computer upstairs and I keep track of everything that way. But you have to email it to me because if you tell me on this computer, it'll never go. And it's, oh my gosh, I didn't even do it right. Oh, I didn't even do it right there either. Oh my gosh. Oh, it is it? It is just email? All right. Daniel Bradbury, how's it going? Oh, Neanderthal Prospector, what's up? So, yeah, hopefully Lord Shadow comes back. He was nice enough to send me this. I want to say it's from Montana, but my brain's really fried today. But I do know it's in a plastic bag. I know that much. And I know it's Unsearched Gravels because he commented that it's not Paydirt, it's Unsearched Gravels. Even though I call any dirt, I call Paydirt. Any dirt. It doesn't matter if I pull it out of my own backyard. It's just Paydirt. If I'm panning it out, it's Paydirt. Adam Weiss, how's it going? And Rich, how you been doing? You've been bringing so much rain these last couple weeks, Rich. I don't know what's up with you, man. I think we've had enough rain. Especially when it's cold. I don't like the rain when it's cold, man. My yard is just I went out today. We haven't had rain in like 3 days, and my yard is still a soggy mess. My car sinks into my grass every time. What you gonna do? Yeah, hopefully, like I said, hopefully everyone's been doing good finding gold. I haven't checked what the gold spot is. I haven't even been looking at anything. I do have a ton of Paydirts coming in, but last I looked, it was like right at 95, which is crazy. What's it at? I don't even want to see. Oh, it went down a little bit. 93, 98. That's not too bad. It's doing much better than cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are absolutely tanking, unbelievably. Gold staying steady, so that's good. I have more gold than cryptocurrency. Package total, what's up? How you been doing? Daniel Bradbury, how's it going? You were on the goal? That's good, brother. That's always good. I saw somebody, man, I saw somebody on, was it Reddit the other day? Talking about they found like 20 grams of gold in like 3 hours in California. I was like, either you're full of it or you're the luckiest person ever. And it was just metal detecting. I was like, that's crazy. You know, but you never know. You know, people post all kinds of stuff. So my stock in crypto, yeah, it's just tanking. I own about 40 different cryptocurrencies because I just buy like $10 here, $20 here every once in a while. You know, like once a month for the last like 2 years. Whenever I got like, if I don't spend my food budget, I'll be like, okay, I got $20 left over. I would just throw it on crypto because you never know. You throw $20 on crypto, it could be the next, you know, Dogecoin. And the next thing you know, you got $2,000 and I could pay off a credit card. It's all down. I think I'm down to like, from all my original investments, it's gone down like 63% or something. It's crazy. And it's across the board. Every single one of them is down. It's just, and I was like, man, I should have been throwing those at $20 bags of Paydirt. Sherwood Prospecting. How's it going, brother? How are you doing? How's the family? How are all the kids doing? Hopefully everyone's been doing good. And who is it? B&B Paydirt Prospecting. I guess you posted it on Facebook maybe because I saw, when I subscribed to your channel today, I saw that bear prospecting Paydirt video. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just saw it and because I'm a huge fan of bear prospecting. So I saw it and I was like, oh, good. Somebody's doing a review on them. But I didn't watch it, so I'll have to watch it now that I'm subscribed. It'll show up in my feed. Anyways. You know, I have a whole bunch of stock. That's one of the ones I buy a little bit more of. Like when I'm throwing the $20, it's not all at one crypto. I'll throw like 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, there. So I just swap stuff out for different things. So I need some Paydirt. I know everybody needs Paydirt. I'm totally out. I ain't got anything on the shelf. Yeah. I do have a whole bunch. I am so stocked up for like the next 3 months of Paydirt. So. Which is good because if the gold was kept going up, I was like, man, it's going to be doing smaller and smaller bags. So I just got to hope gold doesn't tank. Like if gold drops like 75, you know, I got to kind of hope when they go into the Fort Knox that it's empty. So everything on this shelf all of a sudden be worth so much money. My ROI will be 500, 600% on every bag. So. Well, that's awesome. No, YouTube needs more reviewers. The more people that review, the better. I did get an email today. Somebody offering to an eBay seller offering to send me some dirt to review for free. I was like, yeah. No. I know, and every one of these they're either all custom bags of Paydirt, except for the ones on the black shelf. But any ones on the brown shelf are either custom bags of Paydirt or people that are out of business and no longer sell. Because that's what I try to keep on here is just, you know, memories of all the Paydirt sellers that have been here before. You know, we got some Jimbo Gold and got HD Shovelhead, even though he's never really doesn't sell, you know, some awesome ones. Vendetta's first ever canvas bag Paydirt. Flower Gold Wizards, custom bag of Paydirt, special amount of gold in that one. You know, the Comet Drap. Digger Dugs, Banshee Mining, some really awesome Paydirts back here. Of course, Lynch Mining, Mega, Tommy Knockers. This one does worry me though, the Tommy Knockers, because the Tommy Knockers was right when Gary went out of business and kind of disappeared for like a year. And you know, he did a flash sale at really, really good prices, and I was like, oh no. I was like, should I pan it or put it on the shelf? I'm like, well, it's the kid's problem now. So, mm. Donna, you're always way too kind to me, Donna. Thank you very much. And I missed you last week. Hopefully you were doing well. I meant to send you a message to make sure you were doing okay, but then, kids came over and everything went out the window. Yeah, Brad. There's gold there. Either they know they did an audit on the Fort Knox like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. There's been an audit on it, so they either know the gold's there and they just want to make a show to show everybody, look at all this gold and it's beautiful, and they're just trying to drum up news, or they know the gold's not there and then they're not going to go, but they're just threatening so they can make it seem like something. There's 100% no chance, because if the gold, like if Elon or Trump just walked in with a live camera crew and there was no gold, it would bottom out this country so fast, because so many countries have loans out to this country and stocks investments and all these things based on the fact that they think the United States not only has our gold, but other countries' gold. We're holding a ton of gold for other countries. And if it was all missing, it would just bottom out the country. I mean, gold would skyrocket, and, China and all these other countries would be like, yay. But it would just bottom us out. There's no way they would go into there not knowing. Lots of gold flying. Yeah, well, they always fly gold. Fort Knox actually holds more gold that's from other countries than our own. So worst comes to worst, even if they had spent all the United States gold and they knew Trump was showing up, they would just say, oh, we'll grab UK's gold and put it over here. We'll just, change the name tags and be like, oh yeah, look, there's all the American gold. We stole all the UK gold. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Brad. They either know it's there or it's not there, and if they know that the last couple audits were faked, they're not, like I said, they're not going to go through. It would just tank our economy so bad. It would tank so many countries. So many countries would start pulling out of every single thing that they have invested here. It would just, there's no reason for them to do it, But, I mean, it would be entertaining, but it would be, I think it's kind of just going to be, it was like, what was his name? The old TV guy, Jerry Springer or whatever, no, it wasn't Jerry Springer, it was somebody else. When they did the Capote tunnel or whatever, and they spent a whole day digging up some tunnel thinking it was going to be something great, and it was nothing. I want to watch Die Hard 3. I liked all the Die Hard movies. Okay, Josh. Mandy's Candy, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. OG Rocker, how's it going? Can Slaw, thank you for joining the show. And anyone, if I missed you, I appreciate you joining the show. TM, Mary, how are you? Thank you for joining the show. That's it. I saw a meme where that's what they were doing. They said, I saw a meme where they had a picture of spray paint cans on gold. They were saying everyone at Fort Knox right now. Yeah, that was it. Geraldo Rivera and Capone's vault. That was it. Where it was an 8-hour special, and they open it up and there's nothing in there. It's like, oh my God. I mean, his career pretty much tanked after that for years and years and years. So that's what would happen to the country if they opened up that vault and there was nothing in there. So, and they wouldn't do it just for security reasons too. There's no way they would do a live show into supposedly the most secure place. It's the same reason why they don't do tours of people walking around the most secure prisons, because they don't want people to be able to say, ooh, look at that. We can go there and get Bob out that way. So I don't know, all craziness. I mean, it's fun to talk about it and say, well, what if the gold's not there? But it's either there or it's not, and they know. 100% they know. Same thing with UFOs and everything else. If there's UFOs, they know. We might not know, but they know. So, but right now, what I do know is we're going to go pan out some Ward Shadow Unsearched gravels. So we're going to go do that now. I'm going to shrink down my ugly mug. We're going to get to it. I think I have enough gold to make up one more Paydirt. Well, there you go. I didn't get to buy any, but I'm just too broke, kids, and... All right. I need to add some. I just added the Flower Gold Wizards to my shelf. That's why I haven't been buying anything else. So, all right, let's shrink down the ugly mug, if I can remember what I'm doing here. And we're going to get to some panning. As you can see, the water's already dirty because I was panning yesterday and I haven't cleaned it up. So, But all right, let us move everything around, get everything ready, start doing some panning. Now, this doesn't have any guaranteed gold or anything like that. It's just gravels. So we'll have to see. And of course, Lord Shadow was here earlier, and then he left because I was late. Hopefully he comes back in. Really nice guy. Awesome that he sent me this. Let me open up chat. And tonight we're not going to have, I am so unprepared tonight. There's going to be no hidden link tonight, no giveaway tonight. So I apologize. I can't bribe y'all with looking at my ugly mug tonight. It's just, you're just doing it out of pure pity's sake. So yeah, so mods, there's no hidden link tonight, no prize tonight. Next week it will be Patreon. I'll make up for it. We'll just do a one show deal and give something away. I try to avoid eBay. If it's eBay, it's got to have a guarantee. If it doesn't have, if they don't tell you how much gold's on eBay, I wouldn't buy it. It's just 100% going to be a ripoff. It's just, you know. I mean, even half of the ones that have guaranteed amounts are still ripoffs. They'll say, "Oh, a quarter gram for $100," or you know. So you got to kind of look, but you know. Yeah. I mean, I just saw someone do a review the other day off of eBay, and they got skunked. So, I think that was who was it I just saw? I just saw somebody review something off of eBay yesterday, like the day before. Groovy Gold Hunter, I think. I think it was Groovy Gold Hunter. He just got skunked. So. That is pretty expensive. It's $1.61 per sticker. It's one of the reasons why I don't do sticker swaps anymore, because stickers are too expensive, man. I do all the ones whenever somebody comes out with like a little promo where they're like, "Oh yeah, for $1 you get 10 stickers." And I'm like, "Bam, give me $1 for 10 stickers." North 49, how's it going? Mark Sheldon. Yeah, FGW got in trouble again for his Patreon stuff. It sucks. Yeah, I really enjoy Groovy Gold Hunter. I enjoy his stuff. You know what's funny though is I probably watched the first 2 minutes of every single Groovy Gold Hunter, but I almost never watch the end of them. Because like I said, I don't like to watch too many reviews just because of the fact that, you know, if they say something, like it might stick in my head. Like if they're like, "Oh, this Paydirt's too easy," or "This Paydirt's hard," or "It stinks," or something like that. Then if I ever go to review them, it'll be stuck in my head. And I, you know, so I just don't like to see it. The only time I do that is usually like eBay ones. Like, so I'll watch his eBay stuff because I don't buy off of eBay too much anymore. And then, or if it's somebody that I know I'm not going to review again, like if it's, you know, somebody that just I know is a horrible seller, you know, I'll watch him. But I always enjoy his intro. So, Yeah, that's one of the problems with eBay is you can do fake reviews. So I busted a guy. It's a long time ago. And here again, the Paydirt. We'll do that in a second after I finish this little story. So there was a guy, I did a review. If you look up, I think diamonds in my reviews, it'll show it, where this guy was charging like $80 for, you know, a bag of Paydirt that was like an ounce bag of Paydirt that I found like $2 worth of gold in it. But I went through his reviews, and he was like, he had, you know, 100% feedback, and he was selling all these bags of Paydirt, like $500, $1,000 bags of Paydirt. And then he was selling a lot of really weird, like electronic stuff that's like stuff that almost nobody would buy. You know, the type, you know, like for a jet fighter. You know, it'd be like, oh, I have this one piece of electronics from an A4, you know, attack helicopter. And it would sell. And he was based out of New Orleans. And the buyer, because I found the buyer was selling the stuff after he bought it. And he was from New Orleans too. So I was like, he's just selling stuff back and forth between his two accounts, you know, and paying a 10% fee and then probably canceling the transaction to get the refund. So it doesn't cost him a single penny. And he had like 300 feedback like that. And I called eBay to report it, talked to them for like an hour, and there was like, there's nothing we can do. And I was like, y'all suck. All right, let's start panning this out. It's not much material here, which is kind of good because, you know, I'm late. And if it's too quick, if we pan through this too quick, I do have another bag of Paydirt. I decided not to, if we have time, not to go through the Heath Doughty Paydirt because he's a really good guy, and I'd rather do a video, a live show just all his. But I do have I actually do have an eBay bag here that we can go through later. I don't remember why I bought it or something, but as you can see, my thing is full of dirt, so. Rose Monkey event, where's that going to be at? I like Rose Nose. Again, probably for the 100th time that I've ever said this, I need to set up my camera so I can start joining other people's live shows and aggravate them. 16, 17, 18, somewhere in Ohio. That's not too far from me. Depending on where in Ohio, that's only like a 4-hour drive for me. But I did get invited to something in up north in like a month from now that I might try to get to. North 49, thank you very much. It's way too kind, brother. Way too kind. I appreciate that. I'm going to Ohio in a minute. PA, you're always going somewhere, PA. I'm starting to think you're like a CIA operative or something. Or, you know, you Jason Bourne going out there and and doing some wet work. You're telling me, oh yeah, I gotta go get my dredge. No, you're doing wet work, brother. Oh, why is my chat frozen? What's up, Wrench? Thank you very much, brother. It really looks like old Gold Bay dirt from us. It does. It does. It like gray material. I miss old Gold Bay stuff. I really do miss old Gold Bay. Before Dave had his midlife crisis. They aren't giving out the location until you buy your ticket. Well, I just got to find somebody that bought a ticket and ask them then. That's what you're saying, right? Find somebody that bought a ticket and hit them up and ask them. Yeah, I've had that before. I had that not on any Paydirt I've reviewed before, but I had a bag of Paydirt I got once. I did buy it and pay for it, and it had a nice piece of gold, but it was just covered in mercury. Another reason I found it was just by weight, you know. But yeah, you'd be surprised. I had somebody reach out to me once where they swore, I mean, they just kept telling me over and over and over that they had gotten a short bag from Mike over at Gold Nugget Sales. And I was like, there's no way. I'm like, because the one time he did, he knew like he had shorted, and he came out and posted a video about it. So I'm like, there's really no way. He's like, yeah, yeah. And it was a significant amount. It was like 0.25. And I was like, it's probably a picker. You're missing a picker. And he's like, no, no, no. And I'm like, you're missing a picker. And he's like, I panned it out 3 times. And like a week later, he's like, I found it. It was in there. He's like, it was a picker. I'm like, I told you. Just sometimes, gold, sometimes no matter what you do, some gold just loves to roll out of your pan no matter what you're doing. The blue pan is the Martin prospecting pan. They're on eBay. On eBay, Amazon, Martin Prospecting 4-stage pan. This is the 10-inch. They make a 10-inch and they make a 12-inch. I like them both. I used to use the 12-inch as my catch pan, but this sink is exactly 12 inches. So it was cut, and I had to paint this because this is a stainless steel sink, and I had to paint it so it wouldn't be bright and shiny, and it was just scratching the paint every time I try to use it. So, but I love these. This is a pan I've used since I started my channel. Not this particular pan, but these, you know. Yeah, this is just gravel. I don't think we'll find any gold in it, but, you know, it's like I said, it's always fun to pan out something that you know somebody else is working in that same area. So, like I keep telling Jason over at Flower Gold Wizard, whenever he's on those hot spots, just send me a 5-gallon bucket. Just send it over to me. I'll pan it out just to recreate the, you know, the images, since he's been doing really good this year so far. You know, Yukon Alley, you know, they can just, when they're doing a cut and they're like, oh, we're on the mother load, just, you know, fill a giant dump truck full and just send it my way, you know. Oh no, I see some gold. I see some gold. So we're not going to show it though. I'm just going to keep adding a little bit more and more and more until we get down. But I did see a little speck of shiny. So the Lord Shadow is on the gold. Because he did say these are unsearched. He just took them out of, you know, those gravels. You know. Give me 1 second. Yeah, FGW is great. He's awesome. I was talking to him the other day. I still need to do, I have another video coming out soon with his, well, not soon. I think it's like next month or the month after next. With his, some more of his sluice. So. The goal is, if not this year, which it won't be this year, so it'll be next year. So next year's go, he does his little meet and greet every year. So. And they had a good turnout last year, so I'm sure they'll have a great turnout this year too. So next year the gown is. Hey TM, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. And again, as always, thank you everyone who joins the show. I appreciate it. And especially thank you to all who showed up at 6 o'clock. Like, where's Dylan at? And saw the pinned comment, which actually I can, if one of my mods wants to, or maybe I'll just do it here. I can unpin that comment. Everyone knows I'm late now. The comment is unpinned. You should do an excursion. Yeah. It sucks, you know. I guess it was like 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I actually went on vacation, and I was up in Wisconsin. I was really close. It was a little bit farther, but I was really close to him. But it was, you know, meeting up with a friend. And, you know, I had other things going on that, you know, I was like, oh, because I went up there for, I think, a week, maybe 8 days. And I was like, oh, you know, I was like, maybe I should hit him up and see if we can go do something. But then I kind of, you know, got busy doing other things. So. Well, things will be a lot easier because one of the problems that I have is, I have my kids every other weekend, and the weekends I don't have my kids is my short time. So it's always really tough for me to go anywhere because I can't fly anywhere. I can't afford that. So it'd have to be driving. But, my daughter's 21 and she's not going to want to go to places. But, she's moving out this year. So next year I'll be able to, my son's more than happy to go places because then he gets a lot of fast food. So, it'll be a lot easier to do stuff. Gold Baron, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Lord Shadow, there you go. They were on the material. We almost panned it all out already, Lord Shadow. I'm sorry I made you come here early. I meant to post on. I'm always really bad, when my schedule gets messed up, it just throws me off. So I was like, I was supposed to yesterday post on YouTube and on my Patreon that the show was going to be an hour late. But because I was a day off, I kept thinking that it was Sunday. And I was like, I'll do that tomorrow. And then I woke up today and realized, oh no, today is the day. So I know it's 7.5 hours from me, I think. I did a rough estimate because I had planned on going somewhere near him. But yeah, it's a drive. And especially with me, the most I can drive is probably like 3.5 hours before my back is just like, you're not going any further. So then that means, okay, then I got to go in a hotel room, stay in a hotel, eat out twice, or, bring a loaf of bread and a whole bunch of peanut butter and jelly. Steven Stark, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Miller table. I'm not a huge fan of Miller tables. They're just too too slow. What really drives me about certain things, I saw a post the other day, somebody was asking questions about a spiral wheel. And, a lot of people love spiral wheels, especially a lot of people that, in the desert and stuff, they love their spiral wheels. But I was like, man, I just can't, they're so finicky. You spend 4 hours setting them up. You use them for an hour, then you put them away, and then you got to set them up again for 4 hours. I really like this. It's HD was saying it reminds him of the old Gold Bay material. So, and it is. It's really good stuff. I like it. And I've seen gold in it, so I know it's got gold. Oh no, I think wrench is on top chat, not live chat. And then car seats are way more comfortable than the chairs in my house. Car seats are comfortable. I just don't know why. It's just being cramped. I have a small car. So in my car, I have a little tiny car. Driving it for a couple hours, I'm kind of cramped. Yeah, but even like the last time usually when I go places, I rent a car just because, you figure you rent a car, it costs you $50 a day, or you put $50 wear and tear on your own car. So I usually rent a car. And then I try to find good deals. But even then, if I get a really comfortable car, just 3.5 hours, vibrations, I don't know what it is. It just makes my back act up. Unless you're talking about like car seats for kids, because those are pretty comfortable. You just get in the back, they strap you in, you just start hitting the little play toys, and Wildcat, how's it going? There we go. So that's the last of it. And again, Lord Shadow, I really do appreciate you sending me this. It's really cool. Like I said, I always love playing with other people's Paydirts and gravels and concentrates to see what they're working with. It's one rock doesn't want to move. 90% of the time, if you miss gold, it's because of a rock like that. A rock, like if a rock just sits there, That means there's going to be a piece of gold that'll go right underneath it. So then when it finally moves, it's going to take all the gold with it. That's why if you ever see speed panners, they always just shake the pan a bit and then just grab out all the gravels and get them off the top to make sure they get all the big stuff off that'll hide the gold. Yeah, B&B, that's, yeah, I can't, you know, and usually like, so the last place I drove a long distance was actually, I think, Freedom Fest. And when we mapped that out, it was 3.5 hours. And we drove for, I think, 2 hours. Then we stopped and had lunch. And then, you know, I had lunch in a booth somewhere, a nice, comfortable booth, for like 45 minutes. And I drove the other hour and a half. I don't know. Y'all gonna have to hear my heater. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the heater going off. I forgot to reset it upstairs, so. Rocky Mountain Gravels. It's got some gold in it. Stop on Clay. Yeah, that's the one problem with getting old. It's having to pee too much, man. Like, if I know I have to drive somewhere, I drink like nothing. Like nothing. I'll be eating beef jerky and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I don't drink a sip of water or anything. Because I'm like, as soon as I take that first sip, I'll be pulling over every 15 minutes. Then you got to try and blame it on the kids. Y'all need something to drink? Y'all need a snack or something? You sure? You sure? Well, we're going to pull over just in case you need a snack. Well, while we pulled over, I might as well go pee. MH, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Hey, Joe Dirt, how's it going? There we go. We got some gold. All right, Rich, you have a great one, brother. Be safe. Have fun. A nice little pile of gold. A little bitty bag of Paydirt, pretty quick. But we're gonna we got another bag to crack open. Get some more gold. Always need more gold. I still got more time. I still got about another 50 minutes left on the show, so. Yeah, today was a nice weather. Today was really nice. I really should have done some stuff outside, but, you know, kids over. I spent half my day picking up and dropping off kids at school, so. So, Lord Shadow, again, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. A good streak. Well, there you go. So, finish up the show. We're going to be going through some guaranteed gold Paydirt off of eBay. I don't know nothing about this seller. I never wrote any notes on it. It was just when I was doing the last eBay battle, I think I was doing the half-gram battle with nothing but eBay sellers. I'd gotten this one, but I think it shipped too late and the gold spot changed or something, which is why I didn't include it in it. Or I think I got a really good deal on it or something. I think it went on sale or something. I don't remember what it is, but we're going to go through it. Just add to the gold pile for the night. Got to have gold for my Patreon members, so. And yeah, I apologize since there was no giveaway tonight, no hidden video or anything like that tonight. I didn't update Nightbot, so Nightbot's going to be saying a lot of stuff. Well, I did update a little bit about the Lord Shadow, but he's just going to tell you the same facts that everyone knows from last week, so I apologize for that. Refotress, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate it. So this is the rest of the dirt we're going to go through tonight. eBay Paydirt always has to have shiny rocks in it. I don't know why, but it seems like every single eBay seller puts shiny rocks in their Paydirt. I guess it's just so you're guaranteed to find stuff, and I don't know. I mean, I would rather have, if I was going to get rocks in Paydirt, I would much rather if it was unpolished stuff, you know? Because the polished stuff, you just know that they're getting from some India seller that's selling, 2 pounds for $1. But I just want the gold. We'll see. That's cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You know, it's hard to make the Patreon stuff. I kind of been slacking with the Patreon stuff where I'm not really changing it up any just because I haven't been doing any weird reviews or anything, to do stuff. And I just, with gold going prices being so high, it's hard for me to like, sell gold or swap gold, big gold, little gold, and stuff like that. Um, but in the next couple of months, I'm gonna try and make, like rotate what kind of Paydirt you're getting every month as a Patreon member. So, like 1 month it'll be really, really hard. The next month it'll be easy but chunky and stuff like that. I just been behind on trying to get other projects done for the channel, and I'm helping a buddy of mine set up a website that's taking up a lot of my time. But he's really good. He's helped me out a ton on the channel, so I want to help him out. So Ron Hubbard, what's up, brother? Thanks for joining the show again. Nice to see you as always. Nightbot is just for commands. So like if I need, you can program him to have different commands. So like if somebody asks a question, like if you say the word panning, he'll tell you what I'm panning tonight. But also stuff for mods. So like if you do like exclamation point followed by something, only moderators can use that. And then they can tell you like my email address, things like that. And it just saves time, So instead of me having to go to my computer and type out my email, I can just tell you type in email and chat, and Nightbot will give you my email. So you can program him to do anything. Nightbot can do giveaways. He can do all kinds of stuff. I just don't use him for all those functions. There's a whole bunch of different ones, but Nightbot was just the first one I started using, so. I mostly use it for like hidden links, so I don't have to pin it at the top or stop doing what I'm doing to type in the hidden link. I can just the mods can just click hidden link and it works. If it doesn't have gold in the fact, then no, Nightbot doesn't. Maybe he does know something about Tutankhamun. Maybe next week we'll find out. That's a good idea. Maybe, but I'm kind of lazy. I don't know about everybody's channel in there. Maybe I'll do that for like my $79 tier members. I need to start upping up my game for my $79 tier members. Like I need to. I was supposed to make them all mods, but I haven't yet. Just because I'm lazy again. So here, let's just mess stuff up right now. So there we go. There we go. We'll do one a week. So now everyone has to be nice to PA. But of course, as soon as you stop being a $79 tier member, I take away all your powers. I know, Daniel. Yeah, Tutankhamun. They had tons and tons of gold. So maybe next week he'll know some facts. This is all like crush. This stuff reminds me. Um, of croissant material. It's all crushed. This really reminds me of croissant material. Reminds me of a croissant material mixed with something else. Now remember, PA, with great power comes great responsibility. One of these days I'll have to figure out a way to start making it so all my mods know. Maybe Refotris, maybe you know. Is there a way so you can convey to all your mods like daily or like right before a show what all the links are if I add new ones or, you know, new special stuff? Why did I know as soon as I clicked that button? I was like, he's going to mess with Mary. I was like, I know as soon as I click this button, he's going to mess with Mary. Oh my gosh. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Because all of you are regular mods. So if you just mess with somebody, I could always make somebody a super mod. Then they'll time out the mod, so. Only through Discord is maybe I'll have to put a hidden page on my website and just tell my mods about it so they can go check it there. Because I can always do that, you know, as long as no one else knows about the page. And even if they did, they won't have the power to use them. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. Make a secret page on my website so they can go there and see what they can do. Hey, I'll have to add some more stuff though. Super mod you. I'm surprised you're not. I don't know why I haven't ever super modded you, HD. You've been my longest mod, so. I don't even know what the difference is. I've never even actually looked at what the difference between the mods do. I'm just so bad at always checking like the extra stuff on like YouTube and this and that. Because I don't think about it unless I'm actually doing a live show. You know, like as soon as the show will end, I'll go upstairs and start working on something else, building something on my website, looking up Paydirts and stuff like that, and all kinds of stuff. Then as soon as Tuesday comes around and I go live, I'm like, man, I really should do this and this and this. Gold girl, eh? But then that'll post it on the screen, won't it? That's another one, James. I could always do that. But just so I don't have to like every week post it on Patreon, because I know a lot of people don't visit Patreon and Patreon doesn't always send out emails telling everybody. You know, like if I just made a website, because I already own a website, the best website in the universe called millerprospecting.com. I could technically just say, you know, like millerprospecting.com /, you know, HD, and then, or, you know, mods or something else. And they could just go to that page whenever they want if they want to see if there's anything new. But nobody sees them. See, that's the thing that sucks, is by not doing like, you know, group stuff where all the mods get to be on the show too. I could just tell you that they're wearing that shirt and you would never know. Oh, that's awesome, Gold Baron. When I was younger, I went to a lot of places with my mom. Didn't go to Egypt. I always wanted to go to Egypt. I will say we went to Mexico and we did go to a pyramid. We went to a pyramid that had just been found. Like they hadn't even excavated or done anything. It was in the middle of the jungles and they were doing tours to it, like just the outside. And they hadn't actually opened it up or went inside to see anything yet. And, as soon as I got there as a kid, I was like, ooh, I want to sneak away and go in this tunnel and see what's in there. Indiana Jones, this thing. Yeah, as I was saying, it'll be a lot easier if I just do it on my website, because then if it doesn't update for a month, it doesn't matter, and they can just always check it. So. I don't think Nightbot has a command. I really don't have that many commands. I think the only command I really have is hidden, and it's disabled tonight. This is a bad night to be upgraded, PA. I have a lot of the commands disabled tonight because I'm not doing a giveaway or anything. So, and knew I was gonna be an hour late, and I didn't have time to set anything up. Ooh, yeah, nice chunky pieces of gold. So, this is guaranteed a half a gram. So, hey Bob, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. 406 findings. Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. And everyone, thank you very much for joining the show. I appreciate every one of y'all being here. Especially my moderators who keep everyone in control. I might do that, Ortiz. I have to look at that. Like I said, though, I'm always really behind it doing like I said, as soon as the show ends, I will spend 90% of my time, if I'm not with my kids, I spend 90% of my time looking for stuff for reviews, Paydirt, trying to think up new battles, trying to work on my website and upgrade it, do stuff. But I never think about like, oh, let me fix this on my live show. Let me do this for my live show. Like I'll come down to my studio and work an hour on lighting or, upgrade cameras, change angles. Like, I mean, you all won't know it, but I last week, it was about 2 weeks ago, I moved my front camera when I'm doing my, my face cam so you could see more of the shelves, and that took a while having to rebuild the whole rig that I have that holds up my camera, move it, set it up and do everything. I'll do stuff like that. But when it comes to thinking about the live shows, I never remember to like, oh, let me, look up more stuff that Nightbot can do or this or that until I'm actually in my live show and I can't do it. Yeah, no hidden tonight. Not giving away anything tonight. Tonight's just a freebie. You're stuck looking at my ugly mug for nothing. All right, Daniel, you have a good one, brother. Thank you very much for popping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, this reminds me of croissant. It also reminds me, not so much, it looks like it's got a little bit of material. There used to be a company, I don't know if they're still in business. Last time I looked, they weren't. Their website was down. Didn't mean they were out of business, but it was Lesser Family Gold. I'm going to have to look them up later, see if they're still in business. They didn't have very good Paydirt. It was kind of like middle ground, like just almost good enough. But they did used to have every once in a while some good treasure bags. Cook dinner. What? That is the only good thing about my show being late tonight is I actually got to eat dinner before the show. So Usually I'm always doing it after the show and I'm kind of starving, but now I'm full. No. I don't have my coffee tonight, so I'll have my coffee after the show. I did watch your video the other day, Goldberry, and I was watching, or I was on your website checking out some stuff. I was rereading some of your descriptions. And I watched your claim video where you have, I think it's in your description where you tell everyone they can go there and watch your claim video. That was a pretty cool video. I will say when I was watching the claim video, it just amazes me on how many people, if they're doing construction or like anything out in the wilderness, out in the woods and stuff, and what I would consider dangerous stuff for your feet, how many people wear sandals? That's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, this dude's in a mine shaft pit in sandals. Yeah, I've seen his stuff. I saw it not too long ago on Amazon, so I'm pretty sure he still sells it. I don't see why he would stop as long as he was making money. I haven't looked on Amazon in probably about a month, but the last time I did look, he did still have his Paydirt. It didn't look like he had as many. Like he used to have like 5 or 6 different versions of the different Paydirts, but I remember seeing a gold bag on there, and his used to always be in that gold bag. His was very hit or miss. I remember I talked to him one time, and he joined chat a couple times during a couple live shows a long time ago. But he even said he essentially did bonus bags, non-stated bonus bags. Which I think if you're going to do bonus bags, that you shouldn't put it in the description. It should just be, because I know that's the reason why 90% of people who buy Paydirt that says it's unsearched with no guarantee, 90% of them buy it because they're just hoping, like, oh, well, maybe if I buy this $50 bag of Paydirt, no guarantee, maybe I'll find $60 worth of gold. Maybe I'll find 40. Maybe I'll be the bag. And if you do bonus bags, like if you tell them, oh, well, some bags have double and this, it's not a big surprise if you find it. You're like, oh, I guess I got the double bag. So if you're going to do bonus bags, I always thought they should be, just don't tell them. And then that way, if somebody gets a $40 bag and they find $40 worth of gold, they're going to be like so stoked. And then they're going to buy another one. It won't be a bonus bag. They'll get $15 worth of gold, but they'll still be happy, TM, what's up? TV dinner. I wish they made the old TV dinner still with like the metal foil and stuff. Salisbury steak, not these new ones. These new ones all suck. OG rocker. All right. Well, I appreciate the lurkers as well. You Taller Mining, how's it going? Yes, I've tried Felix. I've panned them. I think I've reviewed them twice, but you can't see it now, but I actually have 2 on my shelf. I'll be doing a battle with Felix in I think like 2 weeks. In about 2 weeks, if you watch my channel, I have a Paydirt battle coming with 2 bags of Felix, and then on that next Tuesday, I'll be doing a bigger bag of Felix Paydirt. No. And I can tell you, in the battle, it's going to be a battle. So I have a Paydirt battle with the 2 gram. They have a guaranteed 2 gram bag for $200, and they also have a $200 bag with no guarantee. So I'm going to be battling the 2 of them to see, because I've reviewed their $200 bags before, and they weren't very good ROI. So I just want to see, if they've upped their game with their other bags of Paydirt, since now they're selling guaranteed bags. So ramen's the best. Ramen is the absolute best. I feel mad. So I bought some ramen, like the healthier type of ramens, like the, Public Finds ramen and stuff like that. But I bought one, and the flavor, I just hate it. I hate it, but I bought like a 12-pack. They're expensive. They're like $3 a pop. And so I refuse to like buy different ones until I've eaten the other ones. But every time I go to eat them, I'm like, oh my God, I just hate this flavor. And I'm like, I don't want to eat it. I need to go buy some really cheap ramen, chicken noodle or shrimp flavored, and just steal all those packets out of it. So right now, And hey, Exposed, how's it going? Right now I'm doing S&R. He's an eBay seller. I don't even know if he's selling anymore. I don't even remember where. I mean, this is from a year ago. It's just been sitting on my shelf forever. But earlier we were doing Lord Shadow's Paydirt, so. I appreciate that, Lord Shadow. I appreciate the bottom of the buckets. Bottom of the bucket's always the best stuff to get. Yep. Old 80s TV dinners are the best. I remember as a kid, my dad didn't like to spend a lot of time with us. You know, he liked to be out and about with the ladies and stuff like that. But he made sure that the only good thing he did was he always made sure the freezer was absolutely stuffed with TV dinners. So, you know, I could like eat one, just pick the stuff I liked, make another one, pick the stuff I like, make another one. And it was always like, you know, the Salisbury steak and the mashed potatoes and the brownie dessert, you know. Forget those green beans. No, it's only ramen. I don't like the cheap ramen noodles, like the little, like, 12 pack for $4. I don't like those noodles unless I have a flu or a cold. Then I love them. I love the chicken broth part of them. But generally, just because I'm old and unhealthy, I like to eat the fancy ramen noodles. They're just better. They're not fried. They're healthy for you. They have better flavor and stuff like that. But just unfortunately, the one I got, the one flavor is just, it's just, ugh. It's just not good. Yeah. And what sucks, I got it off of Amazon. I bought them off of Amazon, and I waited like 2 weeks to try it. Otherwise, I'd have been able to return it, you know. But the best ramen is you can go, like if you're at Walmart or something, if you go to like um, the Asian section, they have where it's just the noodles, no flavoring packer, no nothing. And they come in a 4-pack of just the noodles. I think it's Simply Asia. All you get is the noodles. That's all you get. But then you can make your own ramen. But they're the absolute best noodles. They're only 200 calories for the noodles. They're not fried. They're healthy. You know, there's no bad ingredients in them. You just have to get all the other ingredients to make stuff, which is fine, you know. You just get some, like, you know, beef broth and some other stuff. Boil egg, throw it in there, you know. Bok choy is always the best. Yeah, I'm just so ready for warmer weather, James. And I'm not even going to go out prospecting, just warmer weather. But then I get to watch a lot more videos, a lot more Paydirts will come out on the market once it starts thawing out. So I'm new at buying this Paydirt. Oh, there's this website. If you go, it's oh man, what's the name of it? Oh, it's one of the best websites ever. If one of my mods, if you want to drop the link to it, it's millerprospecting.com. Go there, top 10. Yeah, that's why Gold Baron. That's why I'm usually if I want to eat ramen, I used to make my own. You just buy the Simply Asian noodles. They're super low in sodium and calories and everything else. And then you can make all your own stuff with like low sodium broth and all kinds of stuff. Because there's sodium in everything. So if you keep adding stuff to it, you want to start with like low sodium broth, low sodium noodles. And then when you start adding a boiled egg and, bok choy and a little bit of seasoning and this and that, Thank you very much, Weezen. Yeah, if you just go to my website, I have a top 10. All those are great sellers, every one of them. And they're based mostly on Roy, except for the number one. The number one is always going to be my Paydirt champion from the last Paydirt battle. So, and that's Culver Prospecting. Last I looked yesterday, he was out of stock, though. And then also, I also keep a list of my last 100 Paydirt reviews, so you can see those and maybe see somebody you like on there. Then I have a list of the worst 25 pay dirts ever done, and a whole bunch. If you go to the very bottom on the left, or the very bottom if you're on your phone, there's a list of every seller you should avoid. And those are all sellers that you should not buy from for any reason. If you Google how anything is made, you're never going to eat it again in PA. You know, if you see how chickens are stored before, and leg-laying chickens are stored, you would never eat them. If you see how pigs are stored, you would never eat them again. You never eat anything if you watch those videos. You know, the only videos you should ever watch that, well, not that you should watch, but the only videos that you will ever watch and say, man, I really need to eat that, is when you watch those videos of people cooking food in India on the street. You know, you go to India, you see that food, you're like, man, that dude's barefoot with his foot in the grease. I need some of that. Which actually happened the other day. I was watching a video and they were showing them make this big thing of like curry something or nothing. And it was in this big vat, and the dude had to climb into it barefooted to start scooping out all the food for people. And I was like, yeah. I always keep, I have a 12 pack of those in TM. I always keep a 12 pack of those because that's my sick food. If I get really sick and I just want to throw something in some hot water and have a whole bunch of super salty chicken broth, that's what I do. No, that's the last of that. Yeah, I mean, if Culver Prospecting's out of stock, then I would definitely go with Gold Nugget Sales. He'll have a lot of pay dirts that's easier to pan as well. He's got a real good variety of different pay dirts. If you want something challenging but still a really good pay dirt, it'd be Vendetta or Culver. Both of them are really, really more on the difficult stage, and also both have really high ROIs. Yeah, but that would be my top three. Vendetta Prospecting right now. But there's a lot. There's a whole bunch of my top 10. You know, they all have their different traits that are good. You want really easy and chunky, Gold Nugget Man. I don't know if he's still got any in stock. He was down the other day last I looked. Gold Baron's in chat. I haven't tried his 1 gram bag, so, but I have tried his other pay dirt and I liked it, so. Yeah, don't learn how to, so pretty much nothing. No, Clash sucks. There's so, you know, Clash's pay dirt, it's not the absolute worst. You have so the way I look at it is you have bad sellers who you're going to get about a 25% ROI from. And then you have mediocre sellers who you're going to get a 50 or 60% ROI from. Then you have good sellers that you're going to get an 80, 90% ROI from. And what Clash does is he has a review channel, which I'm sure you're aware of. Clash reviews nothing but 25% ROI sellers. And then he does his review and he says, oh, this stuff sucks. And you think in your head, and you're like, man, that was only a 25% ROI. Then he says, you should check out Clash Gold. I have Paydirt. So when you see his Paydirt and you're like, man, I'm going to get double the amount of gold that he got out of that 25%, you think it's a good deal. But it's not, because they have a ton of sellers that will give you 3 times as much. So his Paydirt is mid-tier, and that's about it, you know. Yeah, I think if you go to millerprospecting.com and you see the my top 10, I think the lowest ROI on there is like 85%. I think, because I did that list not too long ago. I redo it like every month or every 2 months, and I double check all the ROIs and stuff like that, and they were all like in the 85 and above range. You know. Yeah, meat pan. It's just anything. I mean, that's why they tell you not to watch the videos about how they make food and stuff like that. There's a reason why I don't watch, I'll see the like expose about chicken farming. I'm like, I don't want to watch that because I eat chicken. I eat chicken all the time. I know it's not, I know they're not like pampering it like, oh, come here, Mr. Chicken, here's your foot massage day. It's not a spa. You know, I don't want to see it. Utah. I don't know about that. Well, it depends. If you get his raw Paydirt, you could have more chance of just finding it natural than you would in his raw Paydirt. But he does have guaranteed bags. They're just not very, I mean, I will say this Saturday, I do have a Clash video coming out. So everyone knows how much I love doing Clash videos. So I have a Clash video coming out this Saturday. So hey, we're going to clean this all out just in this pan. So it's all just chunky stuff. I don't know if you ever go to the Alabama Gold Camp. I mean, you're not really going to find too much gold there, but it is a fun place. Yeah, unless you're in like California or Colorado or somewhere really good with a lot of gold, Paydirt's, as long as you go to get good Paydirt. I'll see posts on like Reddit all the time where people are like, "Oh, should I buy Paydirt?" Like, just go out in the wilderness. Go out in the wilderness. It's like, yeah, you go out there and spend $100 in gas and time and everything else, and you walk away with like $2 of the gold. Then they'll say, "Well, Paydirt's the same. You're just gonna get ripped off." Yeah, you can get ripped off on Paydirt, but if you go to like great sites like millerprospecting.com, then you'll see a Paydirt with 90% return. There's very few people that are going spending $100 on gas and time, going out in the wilderness and find $90 worth of gold. They're not recouping 90% of what they're spending. Very few people, unless you're like I said, unless you're somewhere good, where like if you're like, oh look, I'm right next to this huge river in California, then maybe, or Oregon. If you're in Alaska, yeah. I haven't seen Donna in a while. Donna, are you just lurking, Donna? There's some chunky gold. There's some fine gold in here. I kind of like that. One thing I don't like is, I love bags of Paydirt that have chunky gold in them, but I always think every single bag, the way I think every seller should make a bag of Paydirt, if you're going to put, like, say, a 1 gram bag, and you want to give them extra, put exactly 1 gram of your, like, if you want to have a chunky bag, put exactly 1 gram of chunky, then put that 0.1 or the 0.05 of minus 40 gold. Always put minus 40 gold in every single bag of Paydirt. If they don't find it, like if they're not a good enough panner to find that minus 40, then they'll get their 1 gram they were guaranteed. If they find it, they'll be like, oh yeah, this is great. I found some fine stuff. But then it also makes it, if they're not a good enough panner, when they go back to repan it 6 months later, 3 months later, 2 months later, then they'll find it and be like, oh man, I missed this gold. Oh, that's awesome, And they knew they'd already got what they were guaranteed, so now they'll think it's even better. Always put fine gold in your Paydirt. Always. Even if it's a beginner bag. Even if you say, oh, this is a beginner bag with, like a 0.5 gram of chunky gold. Put a couple little tiny pieces of fine gold in there. I filmed my Clash video. Yeah, I'm filming mine tomorrow. With my kids, I couldn't do it. I've got everything all set up for it, but that's going to be out this Saturday as my new Clash video. I don't know why I'm doing it to myself, but, Someone actually challenged me. I actually got a comment. Somebody challenged me to do a Clash video, so I'm going to do it just to hush them up. Yeah, any of the top 10 will guarantee you'll get guaranteed 75, 80% return, even on a bad day. Even if you miss some of the gold, you'll get an 80% return. They're all really good. And then if you ever need to sell your gold, you can just, again, go to millerprospecting.com and sell your gold. No, I've seen worse. I've seen, if they're not trying to grow their YouTube channel, I have seen people go out for 2-3 days prospecting and find 0 gold. If they have a legit YouTube channel, I've seen lots of videos where people find no gold. It's just the ones you have to worry about where they go out and like, wow, look, first time ever prospecting. All I got's a pan and a hammer, and I just found 45 ounces of gold. you know. And point three from mics. Yeah, I figured I still haven't repanned my mics. I figured I missed a little something in there just because it was a live show and I had to pan the whole thing out in an hour. I figured it's probably about a half an ounce in those bags. I didn't ask him either how much he puts in there because I mean obviously he knows, but I didn't ask him. I wanted it to be a surprise when I panned it out. But panning out 7 pounds on a live show while you're keeping up with chat, I figured I missed a little bit. I did save the dirt just so I could go back through it again, but just been lazy. I have some Gold Baron. I have some. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Like I said, it's the one problem I have is, I only put out 2 videos a month, so, it's always, and one of them I always try to do a battle. So, but I do have you on my short list. I do have your Paydirt. It's not on my shelf yet. But I do have a secret shopper. I think they're buying it soon. They're going to be buying it soon. Won't tell you exactly when, obviously, but I do have you on my short list. So. That's pretty good, PA. That's pretty good. Hey, Dale. Well, that's awesome, Dale. I like Flash in the Pan, too. Flash in the Pan, he's just more expensive than other sellers, which is why he's lower on my ranking. But I really like the owner. He's a nice guy. Pretty much everyone in my top 10, not only do they have to sell good Paydirt, they have to have good customer service, they have to have fast shipping, they have to have a really good ROI, and they have to be generally good people. Because I'm not going to, there's been people I've taken off my top 10 that had good ROIs, but I did not believe them as being honest or trustworthy, and they got removed off my top 10. So then it later turned out that they weren't as honest and, kind and wonderful as they led everyone to believe, and, I'm glad I had taken them off. So they have to be generally good people, too. So, if it's some horrible person that's going to scream at you and yell at you, if, you email them about customer support or something like that, then, I don't care if they got good ROI. It's not worth somebody's trouble. But yeah, back to what I was saying. When I do so the one problem with doing Paydirt reviews with a secret shopper, I mean, I know a lot of reviewers don't use secret shoppers, and a lot of them, they're not just popular. So, not popular, but they're just not as well known. So nobody's going to know, if somebody opens up a review channel today and just buys a bag of Paydirt, they're not going to know it's going to be reviewed unless, you become popular and people start knowing who you are, as long as you don't tell them. But with a secret shopper, I have to do everything 2-3 months in advance. So just so I can, coordinate and make sure, like, here's a list, let me send you the money, you order it when it all comes in, and not all secret shoppers are like, oh yeah, let me hop right on that. They'll be like, okay, I'll order it tomorrow. And, then it might, everyone's shipping is different. So it might take 2 weeks before they hit all the Paydirts and I have to wait a week for them to send it to me. And since it's such a pain in the butt, I generally order 2 or 3 months worth of Paydirt at once, I might get 2 secret shoppers to do it all at the same time just so my shelves are full and I don't have to worry about it for another 2 months. But then it sucks where when I do something like that, where if I'm like, okay, I've got 3 months worth of Paydirt, and then someone like, you Gold Baron come out and say, oh, I just put out a new Paydirt. I'm like, even if I buy it, then it's going to be 4 months out. So, but I knew last year, I think it was right around November, you came out with the 1 grammer, and I didn't have time to, I think it was October you came out with your 1 grammer, somewhere around there. But I'd already bought all my championship Paydirt, so I couldn't get it in then. So you can see how long it's taken me to actually get it in and come in for a review. This stuff is just not moving. Some chunkies though. Hey, I appreciate that. You know. And I will tell anyone, if anyone wants to have a future review channel, do not put your name in the channel. Do not, do not use your real name during the channel. Like if I would have been smart when I first opened my channel, I'd have called it Scooter's Paydirt Reviews. And I'd have come on this show every day and said, hey, everyone, as always, Scooter, thanks for watching my show. Hey, everyone, as always, Scooter, Paydirt Reviews. Something like that. Because then I could have bought all my Paydirt in my own name and nobody would have ever known. I wouldn't have needed a secret shopper. But because I'm so stupid and I want everyone to know who I am, I said Dylan Miller Prospecting. So anyone that follows Paydirt reviewers knows, oh, that's Dylan Miller. He's about, if I bought it, he's about to review me, you know? So if anyone has any plans in the future to open up a review channel, use a fake name. That way you don't need secret shoppers. Make up a different city where you live and all kinds of stuff. Right. There we go. That's tonight's haul. We got this, and then even better, even though it's not as chunky, we got this from Lord Shadow, which I really appreciate. This Unsearched gravels from the bottom of the bucket, you know. Alaskan Assassin, how's it going? Gilbert F, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. If you had $300, which Paydirt would you buy? Culver's out of stock, so I don't know what, I mean, I haven't looked at the prices, so I'm guessing probably no, I think a 3-gram bag would cost too much over at G&S. Honestly, I would probably spend a little bit more and I'd get a 1 gram from Gold Nugget Sales, a 1 gram from Vendetta Prospecting, and a 1 gram from Culver Prospecting. So that way you could see the totally 3, because they're all going to be from different areas. Culver's going to be from Colorado, Vendetta's going to be from Arizona, and Mike, you can either get his, like, it's Washington material or it's Coyote Creek, which is also in the Oregon area. So it'll be just 3 totally different Paydirts. That would be mine. But there we go. There we got some gold. Got some chunkies as well over here. I don't know if you want to see them both. But let me move stuff around, make y'all look at my ugly mug again. And I really did enjoy it. If I didn't know I was going to like that much, I'd have told you. It'd be like 4 or 5 pound bag. Like I said, I really do enjoy, it's one of the reasons why I love panning Paydirt so much. Is just from all the different materials you get, and then it's just got that extra thing. Like, if I buy some Culver or, Vendetta, it's going to be Arizona Paydirt. But then if somebody tells me, like somebody that's a follower or, a subscriber, like, dude, I've been working this area out in Arizona, digging this, in this old hole or something, they send it to you. Then, it's like, dude, I'm lazy and fat and disabled, but it's like I'm standing next to the person, not doing the hard work, which would be perfect. I mean, could you imagine going to like a gold claim and just sitting in a chair and somebody like shoveling dirt and saying, oh, let me get those cons for you while you're panning it out? Yeah. I did see Gold Baron. That was one thing I did notice the other day. You did change your, so now you charge shipping. I saw that because when I was looking at your price, I was like, man, his prices are low. How's he gonna stay in business like this? I'm like, that's crazy. And then I was like, he must have added shipping now. So, hmm. Well, I mean, most of Gold Nugget sales is Paydirt will be easy unless you buy his double diamond that pretty much tells you it. The Culvers will all be the same. Culver will be the harder of the three Paydirts. I think Vendetta will be dirty. Like it'll make your water a mess. But, you know, I if I had to grade them, I'd say, you know, like Gold Nugget sales on average would probably be a 4 or a 5 for difficulty. And Vendetta is going to be about like a 7, 6 or 7. And then Culver is going to be like an 8 or a 9, you know. I mean, it just depends. You do have to read the descriptions, yeah. But like I said, if you're new to this and you have 300, since all three of those are going to give you the same ROIs, try 3 different sellers and you'll see which one you like better, you know. But, all right, let me make y'all look at my ugly mug now. Got everything set up. I had to move some stuff around. Well, there we go. Open up chat. So there we go. Paydirt. Yeah, all you have to do, I'm telling you, millerprospecting.com. They are my number 1, number 2, and number 3. There's some other ones on there. There's a lot of good sellers. Yukon Alley's a great seller, but she doesn't have any Paydirt in stock. I think Mammoth Gold Nugget's a great one, but he's out of stock right now. So, but yeah, I would just, like I said, go to my site, click on the first 3. It'll open up the links in the new tabs. If you're on your phone, you'll have to scroll all the way to the bottom where it'll say my top 10 list because it puts a sidebar at the bottom. But you have to scroll to the bottom until you get to the top 10 list. First 3 sellers. Most of the Gold Nugget sales will be fairly easy. And then the Vendetta and the Culver, you have to read the descriptions. But they will all say they're difficult. So if you're new, you know, but the one good thing about Paydirt is no matter what, even if like you buy a 1 gram bag and you only find a half a gram, that other half gram is going to stay in that dirt until you throw it out. So just don't throw it out. Just keep repainting it over and over. And it's actually a good way to learn. You know, if you buy a 1 gram bag from a difficult seller like Vendetta or Culver and you only find a half a gram, then you just keep practicing. That's how I first started. I would pan my gold Paydirt over, you know, 30, 40 times, you know. I think that's it. I don't even know my own links. Nope, that's not it. Oh. Here, let me look up. What is... See, this is why I need to put up a function page for Nightbot. Because I don't even know my own. Oh, it's just website. Well, why didn't he say that? Didn't you type that? Oh, you typed in site. There you go. Yeah, all you have to do is type in website. That's it. I think that's it. Yeah, see? So how is Miller prospecting Paydirt for your own review? I've never reviewed my own Paydirt. I don't sell my Paydirt that often. I haven't sold any Paydirt in probably almost close to a year. The only Paydirt I sell is to my Patreon members every once in a while. Then I make Paydirt for my Patreon members. Like if you're a $79 tier member at Patreon, you get a bag of Paydirt every single month. But there's no purpose in me reviewing it. All my Paydirt that I make is just my Tuesday tailing. So when I'm panning out this material on Tuesdays, it all just goes in a bucket. Then when I make it, I just grab this stuff. So it'll be a little bit of this bag, a little bit of that bag, and throw it in a bag and throw in some extra gold. So, you know, this way, if I miss something like tonight, if I missed any gold, eventually one of my Patreon members will get it. So, but no, I've seen Paydirt sellers that review their own Paydirt, and I've never understood that. I don't understand it. You know, no reviewer is really, I mean, no like Paydirt seller is going to, you know, like, oh, let me do my own bag of Paydirt. Oh, this sucks. This, you know, I've seen a couple Paydirt sellers that do that. You know. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Exposer. All right, Lord Shadow. Well, thank you again for sending that to me. I really, really do appreciate it. So, Yep, Tuesday's tailing rocks. Well, I do classify them down. So I keep a classifier on top of my 5 gallon bucket. So the only thing that goes through is 1/4 inch and below. Maybe it's in, I think it's a 1/4 inch. I think it's a 1/4 inch on there. So yeah, I do. And then all the 1/4 inch stuff goes in my yard. That's my whole fillers. All the 1/4 inch goes in my yard. So yeah, I know AAA. I was talking about somebody without talking about them and saying their name, but I know who does it. But I have seen other sellers do it, not too often. It's one thing, like I don't mind if they're doing it. Like I have seen some where they do it, like Mike from Gold Nugget Sales, he will show you the material and show you what you're getting, and that's great. But if you're doing it to show off, like this is how much gold you're gonna get and this and that, like they will actually review their own product. You're like, you can't review it because you're you're not going to badmouth your own product. But it's another thing to show like this is what you're going to get. Like if you say, hey, look, this is material. If, this is you're going to get a 1 gram bag. It's going to be this size. It's going to have this much dirt. This is how much gold I'm going to put in it. This is how it's going to dirty up your water and things like that. But it's not a review. It's just educational. There's a big difference. Mm. Yeah. I mean, there's ways to do it. I mean, like if he would have done the exact same videos and just said, hey, if you want to buy one of my bags of Paydirt, this is what you would get on average. That's a totally different, that's an educational video, but you don't try and make it like, oh, I'm reviewing my own product because, everyone just knows you're not going to say anything bad about yourself, No. Thank you very much, Weez, and I appreciate that. And yeah, if anyone's interested in joining my Patreon, I always love the support because not only does it support this channel so I can do more reviews, but every month I do gold guessing contests so you can win a whole bunch of gold. So I've got 3 up right now that are ending in 3 days. In 3 days, if you join this, I still got 3 days left in this month. Some people can go. So if you're a Patreon member and you haven't guessed yet, make sure you go guess. So we only got 3 days left to guess the gold. So, but I think I'm gonna get out of here. It's 8:30. I still have to go pick up groceries and stuff. But again, Lord Shadow, that was really awesome. SNR. I don't know who the SNR Paydirt was from. I'll have to try and find out who this SNR was. But that was some fun Paydirt as well. It reminded me a lot of the Croissant material mixed with somebody else's. And it had some chunky gold in it. So it was fun. And everyone thanked my brand new mod, PA Patriot. So I think I need to guess still. Yeah, I need to send another reminder. Like I said, I've just been out of it this year so far. Just all kinds of the craziness, all my gold getting lost, other gold getting lost, and Paydirt getting stolen out of my mailbox, and just winter lasting forever. And so, it's just not, I've been behind on that. So, but I did post a reminder the other day, and I'm reminding everyone today, make sure if you haven't, that you go guess for the gold. So, yeah, and Lord Shadow, again, thank you. I know he's left and he went to go do some other stuff, but I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate everyone who joins this show, my Patreon, my subscribers, and, people that watch my videos and comment. So I really appreciate all of y'all. And with that being said, I'm going to appreciate all of y'all while I leave because I'm going to go get some other stuff done. But I really do appreciate you all. Saturday, I do have a Paydirt video coming out. It is Clash video, but you might want to watch this one because this was a challenge. Someone sent a challenge in saying that I was being unfair to Clash and that they would challenge me to do something to prove that it wasn't as bad as I said his Paydirt is. So that video will come out Saturday. Next Tuesday is my Patreon gold guessing contest. It's not a giveaway, it's a contest. We'll be doing that next Tuesday. I will have a prize just for people in the live show. This will be a 1 guess prize, so you can win something next week. I don't know what it'll be. Might be Paydirt, might be something else. It'll probably be Paydirt. I'll make up an extra bag of Paydirt next week just for people in the show. So if you join the show next week, you can have a chance to win a bag of Paydirt next week. It'll probably have a 1/4 gram of gold in it. Just for joining the live show since I didn't have one this show. So if you came to this show, come to next week's show and you'll have a chance to win a bag of Paydirt. Video this week, Patreon next week. We're going to see who can guess some gold and who wins. But I'm going to get out of here. I thank you all. I appreciate it. Hopefully everyone finds some good gold. The ground is thawing, so get ready, start cleaning off that equipment and unmucking your boots. So, but